Hi, I'm Osman. I'm an energy healer, yoga and meditation teacher, and an entrepreneur. Be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, for more information on my services and to be able to contact with me. And today I want to also express to you the importance that if you have a medical condition, to please seek the consultation and advice of a qualified, licensed medical professional in your area, because all our therapies are natural therapies and not a replacement for medical treatment. So that being said, I'd like to go into the subject, on the mantras or incantations. And I have spoken about it, previously as well, but I'd like to revisit it. And so when one thinks of mantras and incantations, it doesn't necessarily have to be some secret mantra that you don't understand what it means, what the words are, some Sanskrit words, or even if people explain it to you from a different culture, and you went to some guru and got the power of it, and you're repeating it in a certain way. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, because how many people have access to that, and how genuine are these mantras in the first place, right? So we don't even know, because maybe some of them, are not going to be something that's going to work for you. Maybe the person who's giving it is genuine. I've got no, negative insult towards any person who's giving these mantras or teaching it or providing the power. But it may not necessarily be something that's going to work for you, because not everything works for everyone, right? It isn't 100% fit for everyone. Even people go to some of the most highly famed and reputed, retreats. At best, the success rate of those retreats is 90%. 10% of the people, it will not sync with them. It's going to have zero effect on them, right? So it's not going to necessarily mean that. So when we come to the importance of mantras and incantations, so it is something that you repeat often. So always we are busy thinking of so many different things randomly all the time. It's good to have some type of mission in your life and have some type of mantra by which you live, or some type of incant that you can use as an incantation, like I love my life, right? I love my life. I feel, positive. My future's so bright. I gotta wear shades, right? I used to say that when I was, because I'm an entrepreneur now for 29 years, I struggled a lot to be successful. And I would say 90% of the time I enjoyed the pains of failure, and only 10%, if that, success and financial freedom. And there were so many ups and downs, and the financial freedom was very short-lived, generally. And then came, some disaster, some travesty, COVID, lockdown, financial crisis, markets failing, crashing businesses, and so forth. So in the very beginning, I used to, really struggle, and I couldn't see no, positive hope, but I was working. I was determined to succeed, although I had zero taste of success. And when I became self-employed, the first time that I could say that I started to have some normality in my life, like a regular person who was going to work, right? I struggled so much. I wasn't even on that level for a 6-year period. But I wasn't down, because I had a mantra. I had an incantation. I used to say, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. My future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. I used to say that, not repeat it like 100 times every day or 1,000 times every day, but I used to say it, quite regularly in between, and remind myself, and tell myself that. And I used to love wearing sunglasses, and coming from South Africa, we have a lot of sunshine in that country. So whilst I was there, of course I used to enjoy wearing, beautiful, certain types of sunglasses. I'm not going to mention any names and market, or sideline, some companies. But I used to wear them and always say, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades, right? So this is something, that I used to say as an incantation, and I also used to say whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve, right? So this we hear, online from positive motivational speakers. So pick up multiple statements or a few, positive statements that I'm so happy and grateful that money comes to me from multiple sources of income on a continuous and daily basis. So this is Bob Proctor's mantra, right? And I repeat that quite often and regularly. So although it is very difficult, I can't say that I've had, much success in multiple sources of income, but I have multiple businesses and busy striving for it. Because of this, it goes into your subconscious and creates that, and I'm keep continuously refining my business plans and so forth. But not only for business, like just to say, my future's so bright, I gotta wear shades, and there's someone for everyone, right? There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You get all these, proverbs and so forth can be used as incantation. I promise you, this will dramatically change your life, right? If you can repeat things like that, or words like that, and make it part of your everyday life and learn them, and things that resound with you. You feel passionate. You hear something and it sounds amazing for you. Learn that line. If it's a simple line and it's a short line and something worth learning, learn it, memorize it, and incorporate it into your daily or regular part of your life, right? Maybe that whenever you feel down or something, there's always light. And I have another incantation that it is impossible for a situation to remain constant, whether it's negative or positive. So even if it's negative, it's impossible for the negative situation to remain permanently. The positive has to come, and impossible for the positive to remain permanently. Is going to be followed by something negative, right? So life goes through these waves and patterns. So I learned these in certain, philosophies and, coming across life. And you hear people talking about things. Learn these incantations that are positive for you, that makes you feel positive, make you feel energized, and your mantra or incantation doesn't necessarily have to be a word. It can be an activity. When you exercising, to exercise with high energy music or gym music. Now you get gym music available on YouTube. It's a channel, gym music, right? Gym motivational music. They're always high energy, and you get this certain genre of music that you may like, and you can download these, sets of music. They're all generally about an hour long, and it completely revolutionizes and changes your exercise protocol. It makes it so enjoyable. It becomes like a mantra because you're repeating it regularly, in your exercise program, and you're listening, and it pumps you up, right? It becomes, so to speak, like an incantation from an external source, pumped into your brain and changing your psychology positively. So the importance of, a mantra and incantation is something, doesn't necessarily have to be something so, spiritual and far-fetched and, very, complicated. It can be a very simple thing that you can, repeat and make yourself feel positive and improve your life and quality of life. Hope that helps.